Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for July 24th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair closed down during today's session, closed within the high and low of the previous bar, creating an inside bar. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 78.68, possibly as low as 77.75. Look for some resistance around 78.40 and look for some support around 77.95. Now the Euro-USD pair closed down, broke through previous areas of support, closed below it. We are looking for it to potentially, on a reversal, go as high as 121.83, possibly as low as 119.43. Look for some resistance around 121.50 and look for some support around the 120.39 area. Now the pound-US dollar pair closed pretty much even during today's session, creating an inside bar. We are looking for it overall long-term to continue moving sideways. Look for it, however, to potentially go up and hit some resistance around 155.50, possibly moving down and hitting support around 154.70. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed higher during this last session. Look for it to potentially go as high as 10044, possibly as low as 0.9859. Look for some resistance around 0.9975 and look for some support around 0.9885. Now, as far as news analysis go, tomorrow we have at 4:30 a.m. Eastern the pound releasing their gross domestic product for the second quarter. It's showing for the quarter a slight increase from a negative 0.3% up to a negative 0.2%. Then for the year to date, they're showing a slight decrease from negative 0.2% down to negative 0.3%. Then a little bit later in the day at 5 p.m. Eastern, we have the Reserve Bank of New Zealand releasing their rate decision. Consensus on that is that they're going to hold rates at 2.5%. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, the Euro-USD, as far as some of the indicators I look at, is showing that it's very, very low. If we're, currently we're at 120.65. I think there's a lot of support at the 1-2000 level. And one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to reverse during this next session and move higher, or it's going to punch through and drop pretty strong, pretty quick. So there's, of course, two ways you could play this. You could look to go long or short. Since we have not retraced the gap, we do have an 89.1% chance of that retracing prior to Friday's close. Because of that, it would you could make an argument for going ahead and putting a stop loss at about 119.97, and then, which is right there, and then go ahead and buy in where we are currently and look for it to head to the upside. I think it first area would hit here, then here, then here. I mean, the points are pretty clear all the way up. That is definitely, currently be a risk of about 69 pips. I think if it does reverse, we'll see a lot more than that. I think we'll see it come up probably about 250 over the next couple of sessions. So definitely keep an eye on this. This is a strong area of support. If we break through it, let's back out even further. We'll probably need to go to the weekly time frame. You can see here that we've been here before. We did drop below it. The very low was at 1.1876. So it's not that we can't break through down below the 1-2000 level. It's just that we are going to run into some support there. We've had support at that level as well. I do believe it's going to reverse and move higher. If you see what happened last time, it reversed. It did move much higher, much quicker. So definitely keep this in mind. Keep that, keep the euro on your radar. Let's drop back down to the day time frame, zoom in a little bit. The US Japanese yen pair created an inside bar. That's kind of interesting to me. I do believe that we are nearing the lows, previous lows that we've had in the past. I know we had a pretty long tail on this one, but nonetheless, getting right in that range. We could see this one reverse up. If you take the high, take a buy off of the inside bar high and look to grab 100 or so pips, I think that's probably a fairly good trade off of the high. You could put your stop loss right below here at about 48 and look to get I would think at least up to 80, so a 2-for-1, 2-to-1 ratio there for risk to reward. Well, I hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.